In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a light novel, publish and become an author, and embark on your journey towards making manga or webcomics. Let's go! My name is Rance and I am the author of Eden's Stone of Eternity, an ongoing light novel series available on Amazon and on my Patreon. I've started my journey of making it into a webcomic and even joined the Webtoon 2025 Webcomic Legends contest. There's never been a better time to write that light novel of yours. I'm going to show you the 5-step system to write your first light novel. The actual steps, techniques, and hacks I used to bring my story to life and publish it, and perhaps start the process of creating webcomics. Firstly, what are light novels? Just like anime and manga, light novels grew in popularity in Japan. Popular manga and anime series often had their beginnings in light novel. They're often geared towards young readers, although the trend seems to be changing now, in my opinion. Adults that grew up consuming manga like myself have grown to continue consuming these light novels. Light novels are often shorter than your regular novels, with the average at about 50,000 words, and have beautiful manga-like illustrations in their chapters. Popular series include Konosuba, Re:Zero, Sword Art Online. All of these stories have captured legions of fans and have been made into anime. But why should you write one? Jeez, I don't know. Why did you click? I'm assuming you have dreams of creating that story and becoming a Hokage. Write a light novel if you have that story in your heart and you'd like to express it, and you want to make art. If you have dreams of creating and publishing something that is yours, or even making a webcomic or manga at some point in the future, a light novel would be an excellent place to start. Here are the 5 steps. Step number 1 will be idea generation or world building. This is essentially the setting and the world. Does the story start in a sci-fi world, a fantasy realm with adventures and monsters, or is it modern day romance, a love triangle, a love rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, or a dystopian end-of-the-world story? How about an isekai, that reincarnation shit that has been done a million times but still nobody's sick of? It's your story, you're the boss, you get to choose how the world is. Have fun world building. But how do you actually start? Begin by laying it out bit by bit. Just write. Take out your phone and write it out on a note. Write on paper, write on a laptop, it doesn't matter, just write. Start creating and gathering notes. This is the process of world building. Is it set in a medieval fantasy world with different races like Lord of the Rings? What are your unique characters? Start creating them. What are their motives? Are they trying to save the world? Attempting to get laid? Trying to become the best in the world, a Hokage? Or an overpowered MC that levels up to gazillion and one punches everything? What power or magic system does the world consist of? Is it ninja art? In Hunter x Hunter, magic is called Nen. You get to design your own unique magic system, which is pretty cool and so much fun. I started writing Eden's Stone of Eternity purely by accident. It was the COVID lockdown and I was so bored of playing computer games and watching Netflix. Then I started writing on my phone and world building it slowly bit by bit every day, adding pieces and monsters, magic system. I made folders in my phone, writing down the name of monsters, the names of characters, how they look like. If inspiration strikes me as I go about my day, if I come across something that resembles or inspires me, I take a picture and save it in my folder as a reference. I made folders on worlds, wrote down how places look like in as much detail as possible, added pictures of how they look like from books or from websites. I did this with beasts and monsters, magic systems, and characters. Over time, you slowly build, accumulate, and create a world. A story of a character in that world started to take shape and I showed my work to my wife. I thought she would ridicule me, but she actually asked for more. What started as an experiment and fun spawned into this series, and I wrote it while having a full-time job, so it is definitely possible. Wait, but I have no time. I have work, I have kids, and I have a life. I need to water the plants and drink coffee. On writing and the writing process. Now, that was the fun part. We are going into deeper waters now, the actual writing process, and before we begin, I must warn you on what you are about to face. He has claimed the souls of countless artists. Stop them from ever completing their work. Defeating him will mean that you save your world and your creation. The name of this monster is Resistance. It's you. You are your biggest obstacle, the final boss. He's your number one enemy. Resistance is an invisible force and one that keeps you from getting work done, from ever finishing your creation. The stakes are high, but he can be defeated. Here is the hack to slay the dragon of resistance. On your quest to defeat the resistance boss, you will need to engage the help of allies. Assemble your party. Party member number 1's name is Routine. Routine is your knight, your tank, and your shield. Allow Routine to take charge and lead. This is the golden rule. Write every day for 1 to 2 hours. If you write 1 to 2 hours every day, you will have a novel in a year. Guaranteed. This is a sacred rule and it must not be broken. Set a time to write. Do not read news, do not scroll on social media, do not play mobile game. Do nothing but stare at your blank page and write. I'm a part-time creator with a full-time job, a husband and a father. I was constantly defeated by the resistance boss until I established this golden routine. And after that, I had my first novel in less than a year. I now write every morning, always on my mobile phone. Even this YouTube script was written on my mobile phone. But why the mobile phone? Inspiration is perishable. Act on it immediately. This is the main reason why the phone is an excellent medium to write and organize your notes and your story. You can pen down the idea immediately because your phone is always with you. Your laptop or notepad might not always be with you. Having said that, use it to write, not surf. Like I said, schedule time to write. It is a routine, and I write on my morning commute to work. That 45 minutes to an hour in the subway, on a bus or Uber, that's when I have a rule. To do nothing but write. Routine leads me. I guarantee you that if you stick to a 1 to 2 hour block and write every day, you have a book by the end of the year. Take my challenge. What do you think? Party member number 2. Cast your buffs, the aura of concentration. Alright, it's music. To write requires you to enter into that zone, into that world, to enter into that space. To help you get there, use music. Primarily music without lyrics, that works for me. I go one step further by tuning the music to the scene. If it's a battle scene, I want inspirational music. And if I'm writing a sad scene, I'll play sad instrumental music. If I'm writing a bed scene, YouTube is a great place to curate a playlist and have it on repeat as you hammer out the scene. J.K. Rowling reveals that she listens to classical music without lyrics. Stephen King has revealed that he listens to heavy metal when he writes. Try things out and do whatever that can get you into that headspace and get in the zone. With these two party members, Routine and music buffs, you can be in the zone in. I can write anywhere, in the restaurant where it's noisy, on the train, in the back of a taxi, on a bus. I use my phone to write, plug in some instrumental music and be lost in my world, and work gets done. Now that you're able to get in the zone, we move into the writing process. The writing process is broken down into 3 parts. The first part is the first draft. It's a raw and a brain vomit of everything. I separate writing and creating from editing. I edit on the second draft. Lay out the motivations of the character. What does he want? To survive in a dystopian world? Reunite with his family? Save the world? Become the strongest? Is it revenge he is seeking? Or to attain a treasure? Build tension. Tension is what hooks the readers and keeps them invested in the story. There is a difference between story and how you tell the story. A good storyteller creates anticipation and intrigue. Let's talk about the difference between bad storytelling and good storytelling. Because this right here is what separates forgettable stories from ones people actually remember. So here's a boring version. Teddy defeats the T-Rex with a sword and saves the world. Boom. That's it. And honestly, nobody cares. There's no build-up, no struggle, no stakes. It's just done like a Wikipedia summary. Now here's how we level that up. Teddy is this underdog kid who wants to stop a rampaging T-Rex that's been bullying his village, but he's not ready yet. So he trains, the training arc. He grinds, he fails, he almost gives up. Along the way, he makes friends, maybe a clever engineer, a grumpy ex-warrior, maybe even a talking bird with an attitude. Together, they come up with a plan. But plot twist, the T-Rex has been watching them. He's not stupid. He's got his own crew now. villains, mercenaries, maybe even a corrupt dragon. Now it's not just a one-on-one fight, it's an all-out war. That's where good storytelling lives, in the tension, in the stakes, in the what if it all goes wrong. So if you're writing your own light novel or script, don't just tell me what happens. Make me care about how and why it happens. But I can't draw and it's a light novel. What about the illustration, the drawings of the world, the characters? Once you have that skeleton plot, that world building and your characters start to take shape, it's time to see them. For a light novel, you generally need a character page. This page shows how your characters look like, and in every chapter, an illustration, a scene. I typically choose the most impactful moment in that chapter and try to generate a picture on that. This is the exciting part. This is the fun part, where you begin to move into character development and see the characters from your story come to life. If you're one of the rare types that can draw, kudos to you. For the rest of us mortals, this is what you should do. There are two ways. If you have enough gold, you can of course order and dispatch your plans like a king by engaging an artist. But I said free. I know. Enter AI image generators. There are tons of AI image generators. Some free ones include Leonardo AI, where there are free credits that are given daily or monthly. DALL-E by OpenAI is pretty good and you can generate a few images a day for free. Or Midjourney. Midjourney is really good, but it is not free, by the way. Discovering your characters, developing and creating them, and having your worlds built up will really accelerate your webcomic journey if you ever decide to embark on this project. Even if you don't, seeing the world and characters you create come alive via images is such an amazing feeling. For character design, make them sim-worthy. We are suckers for beautiful characters, aren't we? For those of you who intend to eventually move from light novel to webcomic and you have a huge series, I'm talking 30-40 characters here. I do recommend that you use an image generator to create drafts of your characters. This will save you lots of gold and keep you from pulling out your hair when you work with an artist on character development during the webcomic stage. You see, the artist depends on your description of your character and it interprets it based on his own artistic flair. And art is subjective. Going back and forth with the artist on details like bigger eyes, longer nose, purple hair, for 40 characters is going to drain all your time, all your gold and all your sanity. Instead, plug this into the AI artist for your character development and have the drafts. You can fine-tune the characters with the artist at a later stage and this will save you so much time. Step 4. Editing and publishing. But what if my writing sucks and I can't write like Stephen King? Of course you can't. What are you talking about? But one day. The key here is making art and getting better along the way. Enjoying the process and losing one's self in the craft of creation. Dissolving into the world that you create to get better over time. Now, separate writing from revising. I write my stories out in drafts and outline first and I don't edit it. Everything goes in, the character, conversation, the action, the drama, detailed descriptions of the world. I only move towards editing when the outline of the story is complete. And after a cleaner draft, I use ChatGPT to edit my work and clean it up. Apps like Grammarly are great for editing as well. I only use AI as an editorial tool. I use it to edit my work and it's very useful, but I do not use AI for plot and story generation. The reason why I don't use it for plot and story generation is because I find AI generated plot and stories very cliche. They make me cringe. I think AI is still unable to create complex plots as of right now. The kind of drama and plot twists that would hook me, that realm still belongs to the human creativity space. I highly discourage you to use AI for story generation and plot generation. Where do you publish your light novel? There are many ways to publish. You can set up a website to do it, or on sites that have ready traffic like Amazon, Google Play Books, Apple Books for example. Mine is on Amazon and on my Patreon page. Back up your work. This may seem basic, but I was complacent and learned this the hard way. I lost months of work when my phone crashed and I didn't have it backed up. Always save a copy of your work in another device or the cloud. Google Drive is free for the first 15GB of storage. If you have some gold to spare, you can subscribe to cloud services like iCloud. But I'm a Jedi and I'm making webcomics and manga straight. Tell me what else I need to know. Of course, you can go straight. Now, even if you're going straight towards making webcomics or manga, I highly encourage you to consider the light novel route first. Why? The advantage of creating a light novel before you embark on the webcomic journey or manga stage is that you design and create your characters, their motives, the plot, and you go far out into the story. Way further than you would if you were to immediately start with a comic script. This eliminates the situation where you're stuck and your character and the plot has to go a certain way. This gives you a lot of flexibility. You come back and change things, which is very useful, especially if you're intending to create a long series. In my case with Eden's Stone of Eternity, because I had a long series already written and planned out, I had the luxury to go back and strengthen the plot, world build, remove stuff, add characters, add plot twists, and foreshadowing because I wrote my story pretty far out before embarking on my webcomic journey. Voila! There you have it, you are now ready to create that light novel. I hope this has been useful. Like and sub and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.